what's available to him, right?
Yeah, well, he controls
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
He can make anything. He can make us go forward in time. He can make us go backwards in time. And with an Earth event like this, you will be going backwards and forwards. You'll be
Oh,
overlapping on time zones, and the time zones will actually speed up too because of earthquakes.
hey,
So
Russia dropped the time zone, man. Did you hear about that?
they
Russia
what?
dropped. Yeah, Russia dropped their daylight savings because they say it's hurting the health of the people. So they don't. So they don't. They're not on daylight savings time anymore.
Yeah, that daylight savings time was created by a fictional person,
Oh,
okay, of a corporation. So they're even trying to say, oh, we control time too. And it leaves people disoriented.
amen. I
You
mean,
know,
hey,
I mean,
have you had the rundown on that? I've seen that YouTube video and about that oatmeal that guy ate that's non-flammable. What is that all about? Is he going to plug up the holes in Fukushima with that?
well, that's one of George's Fertitle's friends. He's a inventor, and that stuff is, that's a nice little breakthrough, and it's also, you can eat it. I mean, you want to throw everything in the kitchen sink at that problem over there right now. They,
Are they going to have to mix up tons and tons and batches of that stuff? Is he going to sell this to the government, or do you think the government will say no way? We're not going to accept it, or what? What's your take on that, man?
Well, if it was me, because the way I roll, it would be like, that free gathering I was at the other day. I put it up in a video where everyone brought a box of stuff,
Right.
and go ahead, man. Everybody freely grab and freely, get whatever that you bring in stuff that you're not using that's good, and trade it, or just put it on the table. Everyone else do the same, and then you'll find things that you can use, and with this kind of information, with this kind of breakthrough, I wouldn't hesitate. I would just tell everybody else out there how to make it, and then hopefully, they'll continue to, help the effort of paying it forward, because that's what this is all about. Paying it forward, paying it forward, paying it forward. Don't paying it forward. Just, man, forget their old ways. Just throw the answer
For
out
sure.
there. You
Yeah.
know, what are we
Do you think
waiting
the higher
for?
ups in the government and stuff know about this now, or do you think it's still brand new? Since it's a. I mean, this
Well,
is remarkable, man. I mean, that guy. I mean, there wasn't no flame, no heat, or nothing. It was totally. And besides that, he mixed that batch up where you can eat it. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
just
Yeah,
insane.
and that stuff's perfect for a lot of things, especially with these solar things coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it can, you can spray the stuff on top of your roof. It could keep your house from lighting up on fire or something. Who knows? It's got so many applications. It's mind blowing.
It's all sorts.
That's
I
something
mean,
you
there's
give.
even machines now that turn water into fire. Jeez. Some guy invented this little hydrogen machine that turns into a blowtorch.
Yeah, I mean, that invention of HHO technology, it's out there. They can separate the hydrogen particles out of it, and create fire. It's hydrogen is a gas. It burns.
We'll
If you,
see how big all these fantastic things that are being brought forth. We'll see if they really come together here and help this world out.
well, they're only helpful if they get out there. An incorporation makes money by having these things not get out there. And that's how they keep their control. That's how they, if you took all the patents over there at the patent office and just dumped them out on everybody, then, there goes their game. Okay, because
Yeah.
that's all it is. That's what Monsanto's doing with seeds. Holy
Yeah.
smokes, they're not God. They didn't create seeds. They all they
No.
can do is manipulate what God's already left here. Okay, so that's a lie. They can't own something they haven't created. That's a manipulation of a creation. You still don't own it. Okay,
That
and
is.
this is ridiculous, and this
Mhm.
is what keeps us serving these giants of old, these idols, these fictional characters of incorporation, as
Mhm.
they just write up new laws, new legislations, and they're not laws, they're statutes, acts, legal fictions protecting fictional characters. It's all one big con.
That fictional character thing. Now, do you mean actually people being kind of useless, or actually a fictional character that what do you mean by that fictional character? I mean actually
Well,
somebody that exists or exists.
okay, well, legally it exists. When you go into, say, court and you file for bankruptcy, okay, you're
Yeah.
not you're not going in for bankruptcy. That paper person you are is going
Yeah.
in
There
for
you go.
bankruptcy. Okay,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
those monies are all tied up through legal people. Okay, that don't exist.
Right.
See, in the government's eyes, you don't exist as a human being. You only exist on paper. Okay,
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
and it takes their how can you say their guilt off them. Okay, well, we're only dealing with paper, we're not dealing with a real human being. So if they look at, say, these islands that are getting wiped out, there's 2 million people right now at risk. They need to move them off the islands right now. Okay, on some of these smaller islands,
For sure. Yeah.
and and they're not going to do it. It's like, well, that doesn't make us any money.
Right.
On paper, those people don't even exist in our
Mhm.
world. So
There's no
why?
rubies or gold over there, so forget it, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Hey, what's your
it's
take on all the fury and flash mobs that's been happening? Black people that they get together with 300 or 400 and they storm the doors for a pair of tennis shoes. What do you think? I mean, you think that's just in the last days, evil will wax worse and worse?
well, I think it's very, you know, interesting seeing that. The people are saying, "Hey, man, we're screwed. Might as well just take whatever, man." And that's I understand where they're coming from. Their jobs are being ripped off. They've been kicked out of
That's
their
true.
homes. There's a lot of Ponzi schemes. Taking a couple Twinkies is nothing compared to what they're doing at AIG with their credit default swaps. I mean, they're ripping off billions off these folks. Their quality level is going into the tank, but they're finding it the wrong way. The right way to take this thing out is, okay, how do you remove pollution? Well, that's when you start not making new products. Okay,
Right.
you recycle the products that you have. There's you got what, 310 million Americans, and I guarantee you all these families have boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff that they're doing nothing with. And they're hiding themselves from their own community. So how do you get this information out on land, not from the computer, but on